Okay, so now we will begin with the first PowerPoint presentation, which is a general input on teacher TET exam. Okay, general input. So please mute yourself. Just a request, please mute yourself. Cinderella ma'am, do let me know if I'm not audible or you can't see. Okay. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yes. Okay. Fine. So teacher eligibility test, we're going to see how, what is this, what is it all about. So we'll just go through this quickly. Now, this is, of course, you may have got this orientation. This is regarding the teacher, regarding psychology, which I will not touch upon. Don't want to waste time. You may have got the input. Okay. Now, this is what we're going to do. Okay, this is regarding English. Now, whenever you want to answer, I would like it to be more interactive because you will get to know how to really answer these questions. Okay, so I bought, now this is, you have to tell me what part of speech this is focusing on. I bought dash horse, dash ox, and dash buffalo. So what am I saying? Articles, yes. So could you fill this now? The answer is there. You have to tell me whether the answer is right or wrong. A horse, an ox, a buffalo. Is it right?
Right.
Correct? All right. So you have to be very clear about your articles. Okay. So we know, what do we know about articles? That there are two types, that is definite and indefinite articles. All right. So what article would go where? All right. So these are general, a horse, an ox, and a buffalo. Right. Now the bag is dash heavy that I can dash carry it. Is this the right answer?
Yes.
Correct?
Too heavy.
Okay. Yes. So it is correct. So the bag is too heavy that I can see there. In order to confuse you, a little, we know it is cannot, but here it is can is written. Okay. So don't get confused. It is cannot carry it. Okay. This is fine. All right. Now listen, look at this. I tried to give him some good advice, but he dashed to listen. So what would be the answer?
Denied.
He denied to listen or refused to listen. Yes. So you have to know what is, yes, refused to listen. Okay. So he prevented to listen, definitely not. Denied to listen is when something you have done and you're denying to it. Okay. But now you are not listening, you're refusing to listen. All right. So it is you refuse to listen. Now see, now look at the next one. Choose the one which can be substituted for the words or sentences. Okay. Extreme old age when a man behaves like a fool. Yes. Extreme old age when a man behaves like a fool.
Senility.
Senility. Is it superannuation? Why is it not superannuation? Because that is retirement. Okay, superannuation would be retirement. All right. See, now you have your mobiles with you. But during your exams, you will not have your mobiles. You will not be able to use your mobiles. Okay, just another request. Please see to it that you're muted, please. This is background noise. Okay. Then, what is senility? Senility is the meaning of this. Okay, extreme old age when a man behaves like a fool. Okay, you become a little foolish. So look at the kind of questions that they use. Okay, imbecility and dotage are different. Okay, if you can check now online also, if you can check on the mobile, please be active to just check the meanings and see that. Okay, my suggestion to you is that you keep on solving papers, because there is a question bank of all these things from where they extract the questions. Okay, so there is a possibility of certain questions being repeated. All right, so you know this, fine. Okay, look at the next one. Let's see the next one. Yes, hardly had he arrived, dash, it started raining. Hardly had he arrived after it started raining, or than it started raining, or before it started raining, when it started. Hardly had he arrived when it started raining. Is this correct? Or it should be than.
When is correct.
When is
When.
right? When
When.
When is correct.
hardly had he arrived, then it started raining. Just check.
Dan is right.
Than. It is than. Okay.
Than.
See, now
Than.
here you can get confused. So therefore, please refer to these adverbs. Hardly had he arrived, then. It is not then. It is than it started raining. Okay. So it is not really, here we have to understand the concept of phrases and clauses. Okay. So here comes a clause. Hardly had he arrived, then it started raining. Okay. So then it started raining is a clause. So you, my dear friends, if you can see here that they are checking your knowledge of even phrases and clauses in a very different manner. Okay. So all these I will be touching upon when I show you certain slides. Okay. All this you will know about phrases and clauses also. In general, you will be shown the matter. Okay. So how to recognize a phrase and a clause. Okay? And what words to use, what words to look for. Okay. Choose the one which can be substituted for the words or sentences. Living at the same time. Living at the same time as what is happening now. Okay. Living at the same time.
Contemporary.
Contemporary, concurrent, coincident, concomitant.
Coincident.
Contemporary.
Concomitant.
Check the meaning. You have your mobiles with you.
Contemporary.
Contemporary.
Look at the meanings of conquers. But you will not get this facility when you are appearing for your exams. Okay, so you need to know the words properly. You need to have good vocabulary. Please start reading. If you really wish to do well at the TET exam, you should be solving papers and also increasing your passive vocabulary. Now, how to increase passive vocabulary is through reading. Okay, nothing else but reading. Read newspapers, read whatever you can get hold of to improve English vocabulary. All right, because if you see, so many questions are asked on vocabulary. Either they ask you antonyms or synonyms or whatever. Okay, so you should know what each word would mean in order to know even the antonyms or the opposites of that. Okay, so how to do it? Improving ourselves is our responsibility. Okay, in any field, in any field. All right. So if I feel that my active vocabulary is good, but passive vocabulary, all these things require passive vocabulary. These are not regular day-to-day used words. Okay. So how to improve that? By reading. Okay. Let's see the next one. Find the antonym of dauntless. Now see comes the word antonym. What's the antonym of dauntless? Dauntless. What's the meaning of dauntless? Fearless. To be daunted by something means you're getting scared of something. Okay, so dauntless means fearless. So what would be the opposite of that? Fearless ka opposite would be
Cautious.
cautious.
Adventurous.
Cautious.
D.
Okay, you're
Adventurous.
cautious.
Adventurous.
Adventurous. Fearless.
Okay, the antonym of dauntless is, one is fearless, the other is you're not having fear, but you're cautious. Okay, so that is the difference. So you will have to get it cautious. This is the word, cautious for dauntless. You have to be a little careful here. Adventurous would be the opposite of what? Okay, adventurous would be the opposite of? Yes.
Spoiled sport.
Not spoil sport. It would be,
Timid.
timid. Yeah, timid
Yeah,
would be the one.
timid.
Yes. Timid opposite would be adventurous. Okay. Now dauntless meaning would be adventurous. When I'm fearless, I'm adventurous. Correct? Yes, my dear teachers, my dear friends.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
If I'm fearless, I'm adventurous. Please don't hurry and write the answer. Please don't take anything hurriedly. Okay, just check and see how they're giving you the distractors. Look, these are all distractors. Thoughtful, weak, okay, thoughtful, weak, adventurous. These are all distractors. So they're distracting you. Okay, fine. So cautious is the real meaning. Is this clear? Yes, friends? I'm sure it is. Okay. Now
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
stop sharing this. I'll stop sharing this just to ask you just a few questions. What do you think? How do you feel about the type of questions that are being asked here? How do you feel? Are you feeling comfortable or a little jittery, or you're feeling, probably this is difficult? How are you feeling about this?
It's going from simple to complex.
Yes. Okay. The question paper is going from simple to complex. Yes. But I'm not asking about the paper. I'm asking about you yourself. Do you feel comfortable enough to appear for an exam in English TET?
Yes, sure.
Huh? Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. So how are you going to improve this confidence and your, that you're very, very sure about it? How are you going to improve it? Through regular practice and
Ma'am,
going
with
through a paper.
practice.
Yes. So now I'm going to put up a paper, okay, a proper question paper, and we will solve it here online. Are we all game for it? Are we all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, fine. So let's. You have to tell me if you can see this.
Yes.
It's visible.
Okay, okay. So let's start.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Fill in the blanks with an appropriate word. I will not do all the mathematics one and not that. This is purely English. Okay. This is purely English. All right. And this we have taken, let me be very honest. Let me be very honest that I have taken all these things from the TET book. There is a book that comes for TET, which we had purchased in our college, and we had made all these test items. Okay. So from that we had taken. All right. So these are not my questions. These are questions that have been taken or sourced from these books. There are these books on tech. Okay, fine. So fill in the blanks with an appropriate word. Okay, you must dash your career with all seriousness. Follow, direct, pursue, or complete. Pursue. Perfect. Very good. Wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
Pursue.
Now the next one. Now the next one. All the employees. Just a request. 1 minute. All of you please try. So even if you don't know, you can always, this all I will send to Ma'am Cinderella so she can send it to you also. Okay. So all the employees of the firm are dashed to a fortnight's holiday.
Entitled.
Entitled. Okay. Are not allowed to a fortnight's holiday, are entitled to a fortnight's holiday. Means you have earned it. Okay. Are entitled to a fortnight's holiday. You have earned it. Okay. My mother upset the kettle of boiling water and dashed her right hand badly. Scotch,
Scalded.
sizzled,
Scalded.
wounded, or scalded.
Scalded.
Wonderful. Very nice. Yes, Pooja ma'am, you want to ask a question? Pooja Shah, you raised your hand to answer. The fourth question. This test, dash, no previous knowledge of the subject. Any graduate is expected to complete it successfully. This test, dash, no previous knowledge. Assumes no previous knowledge, necessitates,
Assumes.
concerns, or presupposes. Yes? Necessitates. Okay, this test necessitates no previous knowledge of the subject. So you see, take your time, understand the question, and see which word fits in there. Okay, but do not hurry. In that hurry, we will forget that it had another meaning. Okay, there being no evidence against him, he was acquitted, dash the charge. Now here's a preposition.
Of
There
The
being
charge.
he was
C of
C
O
of
double F.
O double F
Of.
of the charge. Okay, it's not
O
a
double F.
single F. Acquitted of the charge, acquitted of the charge, removed from that. Okay, matlab he's acquitted of the charge. Okay, now let's see this. Choose the word that can be substituted for the following words or sentences. Okay, choose the word that can be substituted. Study of birds.
Ornithology.
C
Ornithology.
ornithology.
Are you sure? Sure?
C.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay, ornithology.
Yes.
All right. So see, you get these kind of questions also. study of words. So one more thing I would like to suggest, please also go through the different phobias. Okay, claustrophobia, what it means, and there are so many phobias that are there, a list of phobias. So please go through each phobia, because that also can come as an MCQ. Okay, a phobia of spiders or a phobia of, there are different words. So you would need to find out those words also. Just like this, that's such kind of questions are there in that question bank. Okay. One who promotes the idea of absence of government of any kind when every man should be a law into himself. Options are anarchist, belligerent, agnostic, iconoclast. Which one? You want to see the
Anarchist.
yes, one who promotes the
Ma'am, could
idea
you
of
show the
absence.
question?
Yeah. Now can you see? Can you see the question? Seventh
Yes,
one.
ma'am. Thank you.
One who promotes the idea of absence of government of any kind. When every man should be a law unto himself, into himself.
Anarchist.
What is anarchy? Yes. What is
Anarchist.
anarchy? Yes, anarchist. Yeah. So you should be knowing this. All right. Now see, the original inhabitants of a country.
Native.
Original. See, here, what's the confusing word? Which is the other word that can
Primitive.
confuse? Primitives, you can get confused. Okay, but primitives may not. There are primitives. Yes, there are primitives in different region. But even if suppose I am a primitive of a particular region, I will remain a primitive for other places also. Native means I belong to that particular region.
Originally.
Originally. Okay, so we have to and see all of the above is also given to confuse you. Okay, citizens also need not be original. The word which tells you it is not all of the above is the word citizens. Okay, citizens are not original, need not be original inhabitants of a country. Okay, I could go to America and acquire that citizenship, but I'm not the original inhabitant of that country. So this word citizen tells you that it is not all of the above. So the confusion is between natives and primitives. Please understand this MCQs. We have to be a little we have to think analytically, okay, and not hurry. An expression of mild disapproval.
Importance.
Impertinence or
Impertinence.
or reproof. Check
Reproof.
the meaning. Check the meaning.
Reproof.
Reproof. Reproof is the meaning. Okay. See now, what we require. No, this all you will know when you keep solving paper. Okay, when you keep solving papers, you will see that, okay, such kind of words, and automatically your mind then starts understanding how to solve this. Okay, it is reproof. So here we need to know exactly our language. Okay, we need to know our vocabulary very well. Okay, next one. Belief or opinion that is contrary to what is generally accepted. Generally, what is accepted, but suppose I have a belief which is against it.
Hearsay.
Hearsay.
Non-conformity.
Okay, this is heresy. All right, this is a belief which is against. For example, Galileo. All right, that time it was said, so many scientists also. Okay, they were, you considered as, traitors. Why? They were considered as heretics. All right, why? Because they spoke against the things that were accepted then. And when they felt that the earth is flat. Okay, but when people said that it is not flat, then they were considered as people who are having an opinion contrary to us. So therefore, they are not belonging to our community, something like that. Okay, so heresy. Now, find the antonym of covert. An antonym of covert would actually be overt. Covert opposite would be overt, but that word is not there. What's the meaning of covert and overt? What's the difference? Covert means
Covert is to
coward.
be very sly and
More than sly, no. I beg to differ here. Covert means you are a little. Let me. Okay. Covert means you are hiding yourself, covered. Okay, you don't want to show it, or things are not that is not seen. That is covert. Okay, for example, yes. Yes. Now see, when I told you the meaning, you're able to find out. Okay. So what is covert? Now there are many things in us that is covert. Okay. Like for example, anger, for example, hatred, that would be covert behavior. Covert. Overt is that which is seen. Covert is that which is not seen. Overt is that which is seen. So now could you tell me? Flimsy, inexplicable, obvious, unjustifiable.
Obvious.
Unjustifiable, obvious. Covert is
Obvious is right.
not seen. Overt would be seen, but abhi overt is not given there. So therefore, it is obvious, that which is obvious or seen. Okay. See now here, how much time did we spend here? We have not spent more than a minute, but see these kind of questions we have to ask ourselves. Please ask yourself, okay, and have a self-talk. Please talk to yourself, because then when we talk to our mind gets more clarity. Okay, don't go just by what the mind is saying. Okay, talk to it. Do you think it is that? What is the meaning of covert? Okay, the opposite should be overt, but that word is not there. Therefore, what would be the meaning? Okay, antonym. Find the antonym. Okay, come on. Overwrought. Yes. Overwrought. Overwrought with tension. Overwrought with all this work. Calm. Calm. Overwrought means overexcited and really worried, tense. That is the meaning of overwrought. See, what does this necessitate, my dear teachers or friends? This necessitates that I need to know my vocabulary very well. Okay, I need to have, as teachers, and it is not much that they are asking, as teachers, we need to know English well. Okay, but how would you know this? Please read newspapers. From today, just think that you have to read newspapers and keep a dictionary with you. Just read newspapers. Okay, and it will help you. Don't have to really study. Yes.
Even while, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Please do so. No problem.
Even while hearing the news,
Yes.
even while hearing the news on television, we find, journalists and the news reader, they use a varied vocabulary. So when you hear a particular word, it would be, apt to, note it down and immediately check on it.
Absolutely.
That's something what I have.
Absolutely. See, let me digress a little. See, when we are in a particular state, we need to know the regional language, and now NEP is also talking about regional languages. Okay. Now, how do you improve your regional language? Personal experience, I'm telling you, Marathi. I read Marathi newspapers, though I find it very difficult, because see, my spoken Marathi may be good. It is like, but of course, tuta futa grammar. But then I need to be good at it. So many circulars, etc. come in Marathi. So how do I improve my Marathi? I cannot join Marathi classes now. Okay, so how to improve that? Read Marathi newspapers, watch Marathi news. Okay, that's the only way that I can improve my language. Okay, so that's the only thing. All right, so the antonym of overwrought. Overwrought is full of tension, calm. See again, now look at this next word. Next one. Find the antonym of covert. Again, covert. Antonym. Actually, they should have said it as covertly, because these are all, if you see, adverbs. Okay. Antonym of covertly. Hidingly. No, covertly means hidingly. So covertly would be hiding.
Largely
or pointedly.
Completely.
Pointedly. Why, covert is hidingly you're doing, no? Now overtly would be what? Pointedly you're showing the things. Okay, it is obviously seen. Okay, so pointedly you're showing exactly what is what. Covertly is hidingly you're doing. Overtly is the actual opposite, but they have not given you the actual opposite. They've given the meaning of that.
Where you're exposing it.
Yes, pointedly. Okay, where you're exposing the answer. Okay, exposedly you're doing. Okay, fine. So now you see how it is. Okay, now they're coming to spellings. So you saw we had meanings. Okay, then you have articles, and now you have spellings. And they will give you all kinds of spellings that are very, very confusing. Okay, now, what's the answer?
A. Commemorate.
A or C? We all know there is an E. Okay, so A or C?
C.
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 Now check, check online, check online.
A.
A.
It's A.
The double M, commemorate. Please note the pronunciation. It is commemorate. So this commem. Okay. So that
C.
double M is A.
C.
A, madam. A. Double M. It begins. It has a double M. Commemorate. Okay. So this A is the right answer. Is this fine, friends? Did you check?
Yes, ma'am.
But now there you cannot check, no. During exams, you cannot check. You cannot hold your mobile. So we need to know exactly the spelling. So when you read also, no, when you read the newspapers also, look at the word. Let the word make a pattern in your brain. Okay. So when the word makes a pattern, you are immediately able to recognize it. Okay. So help the brain make those patterns here. Okay. What is language? Language is symbolic. Please let us understand this. Language is nothing but a collection of symbols. And what are these symbols? Letters, alphabets, etc. Okay, so let that pattern be formed here of the spellings also. Next. Let's see if you can.
Actually, ma'am, just I wanted to share one easy way of remembering spellings is breaking down syllables. When you stress on the syllables,
yes, ma'am. But for that,
you are able to break down the word.
Correct. For that, our pronunciation should be correct.
That will help you with spelling.
Yes, but our pronunciation should be correct.
Has to be right.
Yes, because there are some people who say it as commemorate. Commemorate. Then what happens? There is a double M afterwards. Then the way we say it, commemorate. Okay, so commemorate. The correct pronunciation is commemorate. So because you know the correct spelling, pronunciation, you are able to spell it correctly. So pronunciations and spellings go together. Look at this now. Please know American spelling, huh? British English. Okay. Choose the correctly spelled word.
D.
Confusion is between A and B. Confusion is between A and B. A or B?
Ma'am, it's B.
It's B, ma'am.
It's B. There is an E.
B.
And here Americans spell it like this, heterogeneous. Okay. It is actually, there is E there. Okay. If you go online also, no, when you're typing something on the computer also, they will give you a spell check when you write this heterogeneous. It is heterogeneous like this with an E. Okay. This is American English, heterogeneous. Okay. Fine. So see, now spellings also are asked. You know, this particular thing I have made with reference to, different types of questions that are asked in a question paper. Okay. Now, find the synonym of baffle. Synonym means meaning.
Similar meaning.
Similar meaning.
B. Puzzle.
Puzzle. Baffled. I was baffled. I was puzzled.
Puzzle.
Okay, very good. Find the synonym of amnesty. Synonym of amnesty. Synonym?
General pardon.
General pardon. Amnesty means pardon. Okay, it's a general.
Eloquence.
Nahin. B is the answer. Synonym of amnesty, B is the answer. The same way as you're using your mobile now, you should use your mobiles even when you're reading. Okay, somebody is coming. Let me. Okay, so same way as you read, as you listen to news, as you watch television news also, English, proper English ones, then you can also refer and find out what is the meaning. This is how people learn. In fact, they download dictionaries and they find out what is the meaning, okay, as and when they hear. Okay, even when you're learning any foreign language, this is how we actually do. Whether it is German or something, we keep that dictionary handy, and when we hear the word, we go through the meaning. Okay, so please do that. Make use of all these gadgets which were not there earlier. Now we have all these gadgets, so make use of them. Okay, now there is a phrase. Again, another type of question I have put here is choose the correct meaning of the phrase to take the wind out of another's sails. To take the wind out of another's sails. To mislead
To
another
defeat
on
the motives of another.
D.
To defeat the
C.
motives of another, to take advantage, or B, to cause harm to another.
C.
C.
D, to cause harm to another.
D.
To cause harm to another. Okay, to take wind out of another's sails means means you are making that person, you're drowning, you're trying to drown the person, literally, if you have to see. To take the wind out of another's sails, literally you're trying to drown the person, which means you're trying to cause harm to the person. Okay, so remember this, they can give you a phrase and ask you what is the meaning of that phrase. Okay, for example, one more thing. It was raining cats and dogs. What would that mean?
Raining very heavily.
It was raining very heavily. Okay, she drove me up the wall. She drove me up the wall.
She drove me mad.
She drove me mad. She upset me a lot. Okay, she drove me. So to drive somebody up the wall is to irritate somebody. Okay, to really make you mad, to irritate. That is to drive somebody up the wall. Okay, fine. So these phrases also are there. If you get this book, get hold of this book, that would be really helpful. But otherwise, everything will not come from the book. That is another thing. Okay, they have a
Where
question bank.
will we get this book?
This book, some years ago we had ordered it for our reference. But this book is available online or no, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't really be sure of now. Okay, you can check on with the bookstores if they can arrange it for you. Okay, it will help you even for the other subjects. It's not only for English, for other subjects also it will help. Okay, yeah. But of course, please go through the, do your own references also. That would be useful. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
fine. So now what I'm giving you are comprehension passages within this own test, this entire test. Okay. I will read the passage. Now let's see how to work this out. Okay. So I will read the passage and then I'll ask you a few questions even before I show you the questions that are there printed on this. Okay. Because I want to know what you have understood. Okay. So shall I read it for you now? Okay. Ravi Shankar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just listen very carefully. Huh? Ravi Shankar has a large circle of friends and was very popular at parties. Everybody admires him for his fine sense of humor humor. Everybody, that is, except his 6-year-old daughter, Meenakshi. Recently, one of Ravi's friends asked him to make a speech at a reception. This is the sort of thing that Ravi loves. He prepared the speech carefully and went to the party with Meenakshi. He had included a large number of funny stories in the speech, and of course, it was a great success. As soon as he had finished, Meenakshi told him she wanted to go home. Ravi was a little disappointed by this, but he did as his daughter asked. On the way home, he asked Meenakshi if she had enjoyed the speech. To his surprise, she said she hadn't. Ravi asked her why this was so, and she told him that she did not like to see so many people laughing at him. Okay. Now, could you tell me whether this is a general passage, or a short story, an incident?
A short story.
It's like a short story, okay? And a very, very meaningful one, all right? So see how the father is taking so many efforts, okay? So who is the protagonist here? Who is the main hero of this passage?
Meenakshi's father.
The father.
Ravi
What's his
Shankar.
name? It's Ravi Shankar, okay? Yes. And who is the one who is Ravi Shankar? Yes. And who is the one who was very upset with the people laughing at him?
Meenakshi is
Meenakshi.
His daughter.
Meenakshi.
Okay, his daughter. Okay. Now that you have understood this, even now I'm not going to show you the passage again. Okay, I'm not showing, though of course in your exams you can always go back and forth. Okay. Now let's see with this primary reading, how much can you answer? Okay. Ravi was popular because he made speeches, he told stories, he had a good sense of humor, he loved parties.
He had a good sense of
He had a
humor.
good
sense of humor. See, the other three are also not wrong. Correct?
Yeah.
They are not totally wrong. Why was he popular? Because he had a good sense of humor.
Sense of humor.
Okay, fine, all right. Ravi loves to meet people, talk to his daughter, make a speech, make people laugh.
Make
Make a
people
speech.
laugh.
Make a
But
speech.
Make a
yes,
speech.
make a speech or make people laugh. What did he love?
Make a laugh.
Make
B,
people
B,
laugh.
make
Make a speech or make people laugh.
people laugh.
Yes.
Make people
Laugh. This is what he loved to see. Why the daughter was upset? Because people were laughing at
Make
him,
people
no?
laugh.
So make people laugh. He loved to. He loved to do this. Okay. But by the way, now see, you got confused here also, no? The other three also are not completely wrong. But now you have to select the really correct, really correct, which means one reading is not enough. Do not go through the questions first. Now, how do we address a comprehension, my dear friends? Let me tell you. Whenever there is a comprehension passage, first do a general reading, understand what is the plot about, what type of story it is, who are the protagonists, and what is happening there. Understand that. Then read the questions. Don't try to answer the questions, read the questions. Again, go back, and now with the perspective of the questions, read again from the perspective of the questions. Then come to it and answer. You won't make mistakes. Okay, so there has to be 2 readings before you start attacking the question. Okay, let's see the next one. Ravi went to the party with his wife, his daughter, his mother, his friend. This is okay. Ravi was disappointed because Meenakshi did not enjoy his speech. Meenakshi wanted to go home immediately after the speech.
B.
People did not like the
B.
speech, or Meenakshi did not
Meenakshi.
like people laughing at Ravi.
Meenakshi wanted to
The
go
second
home
option.
immediately after
B.
the speech.
Yes.
B.
See,
B.
Meenakshi did not enjoy his speech is not very explicitly mentioned in the passage. People did not like the speech is wrong because people loved the speech and they were laughing. Meenakshi did not like people laughing at Ravi. He came to know later when he asked her. This is the initial reaction. Ravi was disappointed.
Later, yeah.
Why? Because she wanted to go home immediately after the speech.
Wanted to go home.
Yes, perfect. 23rd one. Meenakshi failed to realize that, what she failed to realize? That the party was
Everyone was
At Ravi's story.
laughing at
Ravi.
Ravi's stories.
Second option.
And Ravi's stories.
Ravi's story.
B.
yes. Failed to
B is
realize
the right
what? What did she fail to realize? The party was over. She failed to realize.
Everyone
Option
was
B.
laughing at Ravi's stories and not at Ravi.
Yes. Okay. They were that she failed. What she thought that they were laughing at Ravi. Correct. This is what
Ravi.
she thought. So what did she fail to realize? That they were not laughing at Ravi, but they were laughing at his stories. That she did not understand. Okay. So now, this comprehension you understood. Let us see the next comprehension. Ready for the next comprehension, friends? Shall we do the next comprehension?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, fine. So now here. Some people believe, see, after this, I'm not going to show, I'll just go straight away to the questions, which means you have to understand this very well. Okay. Some people believe that they are masters of their own fate. Other people see themselves as pawns of fate, believing that what happens to them in their lives is due to luck or chance. The first type, those who believe that they control their destinies have been labeled internals, whereas the latter, who see their lives as being controlled by outside forces, have been called externals. Internals search for more actively for information before making a decision, are more motivated to achieve and make a greater attempt to control their environment. Who are these? Internals, correct? Externals, however, are more compliant and willing to follow directions. Therefore, Internals do well on sophisticated tasks, which include most managerial and professional jobs that require complex information processing and learning. In addition, internals are more suited to jobs that require initiative and independence of action. Almost all successful salespeople, for instance, are internals. In contrast, externals should do well on jobs that are well structured and routine, and in which success depends heavily on complying with others, complying with the directions of others. Now my question to you, is this a short story or a general passage?
General passage.
General passage. Talking about
General
what
passage.
two categories? Yes, what two
General passage.
categories of what are the two categories of people here?
Internals and externals.
Externals, okay? Internals and externals. All right. Ask yourselves these questions, okay? Now, who are the people who have an internal locus of control, which means they have inner drive that controls their lives and what they do around themselves. They don't believe in destiny.
Internals.
Internals. And those who believe that, others are in charge of them, outside, the destiny is not what I make, but what outside circumstances.
Externals.
Externals. They believe that outside things are, going to influence me. They don't take charge of themselves, but they allow what outside things happen to themselves. Okay, they are external. So this much is clear. These are the questions you have to ask even before you go to the questions. Whether you have understood. The thing is that whether I have understood that passage. Let's not hurry. Even when we appear for IELTS or TOEFL and all that, these are the ways in which we answer. Okay, now, which one of the following is not correct? About internals, huh? Which of this is not correct? Are more inquisitive, going for routine
Go
jobs?
for
Are more,
routine
yes.
jobs.
Internals.
Routine job.
Internals.
Yes.
That internal
routine
locus
job.
of control.
Yes,
Remember
ma'am, it
this.
is not correct.
Which one is correct? C?
See, the question is which is not correct.
Which is not correct. Okay. So which is not correct?
Go for routine job.
Now look at this. I deliberately said this. You have to focus on this one, that it is not correct. Okay, it is incorrect about internals. Okay. Now the next question, these are more confusing. Huh? Which one of these is correct? Which one is correct? Which means any one is correct. Huh?
Ma'am, A.
Confusion is between A and
A
B.
is
Huh?
correct.
Confusion is between A and B. C and D are definitely for
D, it is
externals.
A.
C and D is for externals. A or B?
Internal.
A.
Why A? Because these are the people who take initiative. They don't believe in destiny. These are people who believe that I can create destiny, which means they take initiative. Okay, so they seek job. Yes, yes. Somebody wanted to ask me. Okay, so let's proceed. So is this clear, friends? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Externals perceive. Now these are, we're coming to externals. Externals perceive themselves. Choose the right one. As having little control. I won't take. Okay.
Ma'am, A.
A. Okay. Which ones? Which are the sentences that don't suit externals at all? They're fit for internals. Which one? C. Again, C and D. C and D are meant for internals. They go for new skill sets because they are taking initiative. They are in charge of their lives. Okay. They like complex information processing. Okay. They see that as having little control over organizations as critical as yes. Even B is for internals. Correct? Yes. Even B is for internals, right?
Yes,
Because
Yes.
internals
Success
see
of the
themselves, yes, they feel that they are responsible for the success of the organization. Okay, internals. Externals what? As having little control over organizational outcome. We have no control. We cannot do, what to do now. They're having little control over organizational outcome. So these are externals. Okay. Next one. Externals believe that destiny controls their lives. Believe that initiative and opt for acquiring relish handling this. Which is the right answer?
A.
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 Straightforward. This is straightforward. This is very, very straightforward. Okay, because B, C, D are all for internals. Now, the last passage. I hope it is last. Yes, it is. Because then I have to go for grammar. Okay. Dr. S. Sarvapalli, that is Radhakrishnan. Now, this is about somebody. So we have to be very careful because it has to be very, very clear. Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, the illustrious philosopher, statesman of India, was one of the greatest sons of our motherland. He cautioned the world against the domination of science in society. This is a biography, okay? It is erroneous to claim that scientific knowledge would bring with it perpetual progress. Yes? Just share something. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. He cautioned the world against the domination of science in society. It is erroneous to claim that scientific knowledge would bring with it perpetual progress and a steady improvement in human relations. Okay? The recent period of great scientific achievements has also increased human misery. That is 2 world wars, concentration camps, atomic destruction, Cold War, deadly wars in the Middle East, Persian Gulf, and at many other places in the world. Growth in human wisdom has not been commensurate. Please see the spelling commensurate. It can come up. Commensurate with the increase in scientific knowledge and power. The fear of universal destruction hangs over the world. There is a feeling of disenchantment, anxiety, and even despair. Science has failed to liberate man from the tyranny of his own nature. Mankind is passing through a critical period and an education of the human spirit has become essential. In order to remake society, man has to remake himself. If humanity is to survive, man must integrate his knowledge with a social responsibility. Now, if you've seen, this passage is simple or more complex than the previous two?
more complex.
More complex. It's more complex. So this is how they will give you graded passages like this. Okay, so this passage is all about his opinion, the writer's opinion. Okay, so now one question to you about the passage. Is the passage talking about the pros of science or the cons of science?
The cons of science.
The
Cons of
Cons
science.
of science.
Not talking about the pros of science. Ask these questions to yourself. What is this passage talking about? Then now let's go to the questions. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan has.
Ma'am, it is A.
A.
It is
A.
A.
Very much A?
Council.
Okay.
Yes.
Very much A. Because this passage, at least this passage is not talking about BCD. Especially CD. Okay. Now, the recent past of tremendous scientific progress has.
Ma'am, D.
E or D?
Ma'am, D. D.
B for baby or D for daddy?
Ma'am, D for dog.
D for dog. Okay. You think so? You think so? Yes? Because somewhere he speaks about human wisdom.
Yes, ma'am.
So human wisdom has not kept pace with the galloping scientific knowledge. Now this needs to be interpreted from the passage. It's not explicitly mentioned in the passage, but you have to interpret. Okay, look at the 30th one. Man can save humanity only if he abandons science.
B.
He brings about an internal transformation, makes life more calm, goes back to nature and primitive time. B. Yes. All agree B.
D.
B. Okay, brings about an internal transformation in himself. Okay. Man is despaired of science because man is despaired of science. He
C
finds it
or
very,
D.
very scary. So, which one? C or D? A and B are not correct, that we know. Okay, first eliminate the wrong ones. Now C and D.
I think it would be B.
C or D? D.
D.
Ma'am,
Man is
D.
despaired of
Confronted
science
with the nightmare.
because he's confronted with the nightmare of total annihilation of the world. Means he's talking about world wars. He's talking about this thing, concentration camps. He's talking about wars. Correct. So he's despaired of science because he's confronted with the nightmare of total annihilation of the world. He's despaired. Okay, there is despair because of science. It's the last one. In this passage, the writer has tried to show that interpretation. Come on.
Ma'am, D. Human wisdom grow proportionately with the growth of knowledge.
Correct? Everybody agrees?
Yes,
D.
ma'am.
D. Human wisdom must grow proportionately with the growth of knowledge, right? He's mainly concerned with human wisdom. True? Yes? Okay. So I think this much you have.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so what are the different types of questions you have seen in this paper? Different types of questions. With reference to vocabulary, you can see, and with reference to comprehension. Okay, there's a hint of grammar also, though I have not put the grammar passages. Okay, so grammar sentences I have not put. Okay, so you see the different types of questions as vocabulary mein, antonyms, synonyms, finding out the right word that will fit in the context. Okay, all these are there. Then in passages. Now, most of these passages that you have solved, you did it with just one reading. Do you see that? With just one reading, you could answer most of the questions. In fact, all the questions. Okay, of course, the only few are participating. It's not possible for the 80 of you to participate. Yet, what I'm seeing that you're able to do it. Correct? You have the confidence?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes. Now, I have sent you, if on your WhatsApp, I have sent you few comprehension passages. Did you get them? I have told Ma'am Cinderella,
Yes,
Ma'am was
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about them. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Now, these I'm sure you'll be able to solve on your own. Okay, try and solve this. These are not from the TET books. These are in general taken from school. Okay, they're from schools. Now we do not know so the TET books are made and they are kept since long. Okay, they may give you a passage from a school book. Okay, so you need to be familiar with them. Try to solve them on your own. Okay, why? Because now I want to go to the grammar part. Would you want to see grammar? Yes, friends. Shall we go to grammar now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Or you want to see one
Uh,
passage, one comprehension? Shall we?
Ma'am, one request.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please tell me the name of the book which you are just sharing on the screen?
My dear, actually, these were many years ago. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but you know, you can go online, you will check that you will get TET books are there. TET books are available. Okay. So you could just go online and check this. I am not too sure because I don't want to misguide you. Okay, and I do not have the reference.
Okay,
book.
ma'am. Thank you.
I had the reference materials with me, which I used to create the thing, because there was one book that was ordered and we took Xerox of that. I mean, photocopies of that. We teachers. Okay, so it was not even put out for public. All right, so we took photocopies of that. So from that now, since I was concerned with English, I took the English section. Okay, fine. So please check online.
Okay,
Check
ma'am. Thank
online
you.
and you will get. Okay, fine. So now we go on to
Yes,
grammar.
ma'am. Thank you.
So we'll go on to grammar now. Okay. Somebody's entering. Okay, so we will start with parts of speech. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a few questions. Yeah, so a few questions to you. In grammar, please understand that they will ask you in general parts of speech and figures of speech. If you're talking about English proper, do we all? What was that question on the chat? Yes. As reference material, yes, I'll give you the reference material, so don't worry. Reference material, yani ke, okay, what I had downloaded, no, see, those were the days when we could only photocopy. Okay, so, and that photocopy is in my college. So I had referred to them when I was in college. Okay, and we don't go there. Xavier's is at Churchgate, no? So anyway, you will get this, okay? Yes. Okay. Ma'am Cinderella is going to address this. Okay, so let's start with that, with grammar. Okay, all set? All set? Okay,
Yes,
so we will
ma'am.
do the different
Yes, ma'am.
types of
Yes,
grammar. And I'm going to run through it briskly. So, you know, we don't have much time. So by 11:30, I need to wind up and I have to give you space for questions also. So very quickly, I'll go through this. Okay. Okay. Tell me if you can see this.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yes,
ma'am.
yes. Okay. So we will do the parts of speech in general. What are the ones? Okay. So we will see now. So this is the first part of parts of speech. The parts of speech, there are so many. So we have to do each one properly. Okay. Now let's see this. Okay. What are we going to do? Noun, verb, adjectives, and adverbs in this presentation. Okay. So very quickly I'll run. You'll have to bear with me. And I'll give you the source also. You can access these videos also. These are in the form of videos that we have made, my colleague and I. We have made a YouTube channel on all these things. Okay, entire grammar, even for your own teaching. You can access this, you can subscribe to that channel. Okay, all these videos are there. In fact, more complement, object, everything is there. Okay, but I'll give you a run through of all these things so you can see what all is there. Okay, with our voiceover and noun and noun types. So first we will go through noun and noun types. Okay, so what are the different types? Yes. Some question?
Ma'am, what is the name of that channel?
I'll give you the link. I'll provide you the link. Okay, I'll give you at the end of this.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. It's only on grammar. So, okay. Nouns can be broadly classified as, we know, common noun, proper noun. Yes. Common noun, proper noun,
Yes.
collective, abstract, material. Okay. Let's see. See here now. General classification is common noun. Yes. Okay. General classification is common noun, proper noun, collective noun, and abstract noun. Now, gender, the way when we classify with reference to gender, it will be feminine, masculine, common, and neuter gender, and number, singular and plural. Yes.
And plural.
Yeah. Okay. Singular and plural. Now let's see this. Okay. General may common noun, proper noun, collective, and abstract. Now, common noun is generally for those which do not have a specific name. Proper noun is those which have a specific name. Collective is like bouquet of flowers, a library of books. A word is that is used to signify collection. Okay. Abstract nouns are those which cannot, they're not tangible. You can only feel them. You can only sense them, but you cannot touch them. Okay. Then gender. In gender, you have feminine, masculine, common, and neuter. Feminine gender, of course, we know very clearly masculine, feminine. Common, for example, teacher. Teacher can be masculine, feminine, any gender. Okay, so common. Neuter is mostly non-living things have neuter gender. So they can confuse you. They can give you a sentence and underline the word and say this word belongs to what gender. Okay, and they'll give you these 4 options. Fine. So non-living things belong to neuter gender. Okay. Then number, singular and plural. You have to know that ox do not become oxes, they become oxen. Okay, oxen. Now let's go further. Very quick one. Okay. There's a story here about Cinderella. You have to identify the different types of nouns. Okay. This is a story about Cinderella. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and her stepsisters, Anastasia and Drizella. Cinderella's stepmother, Lady Tremaine, was jealous of Cinderella's charm and beauty. She gave Cinderella a heap of chores to do, such as bathing her cat, Lucifer, and making bouquets. Cinderella's father was helpless. Now, let's do the different types. Could you tell me which are the common nouns that you see here? Oops. I'm so sorry.
Stepmother, stepsister,
Story,
Stepsister,
stepsisters,
father,
father, cat,
Story.
chores.
Father.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Bouquets.
Now, proper nouns.
Cinderella,
Estrella, Anastasia, Drizella,
Cinderella, Anastasia, Lady Drizella, Lady Tremaine, and Lucifer. Okay. Now I'm not. Now abstract. You have to tell me. Abstract nouns.
helpless,
jealous,
Yes.
Charm,
Yes.
Helpless.
jealous,
Jealous is she was jealous. That's an adjective. Jealousy is a noun. Jealousy is an abstract noun. Jealous is an adjective. Jealous of Cinderella's charm and beauty.
charm and beauty.
Yes.
Beauty.
This is okay. Fine. Very good. All right. Anything else?
Calm and beauty.
Yes. Okay. Calm and beauty. All right. What about collective?
Okay.
Collective will be bouquet.
Heap of chores.
Heap of chores. Okay. And bouquets. Bouquets, of course, they have not written flowers, but we know bouquets of flowers. Only. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Heap and bouquets. And here it is charm and beauty. Now, I want to ask you, what is this word Cinderella's? Cinderella's possessive noun.
Possessive noun.
Yeah, it's a noun showing possession. All right. So it's a possessive noun. All right. So you see here now, these are words and they can ask you, I'm not sure that they'll ask you, they will not make it so complicated. They will ask you straightforward, common, proper, abstract, and collective. Okay. Fine. Now from this passage, I want to ask you the gender. Give me the names of those who are the feminine gender. Feminine gender.
Cinderella,
Anastasia,
Anastasia,
Lady Tremaine,
yes. What about stepsisters? And
they are not,
stepmother?
they are not
Anastasia
proper
and
nouns.
I didn't ask you proper noun or common noun. I'm asking you gender-wise.
Oh,
The
of course,
feminine gender.
stepmothers will come.
Stepmother and stepsisters, very clearly feminine gender. Correct? Correct. So don't only look for proper nouns. Now we are asking about the gender. Okay, fine. So that is why it will be stepmother and stepsisters also. Okay, masculine gender.
Lucifer,
Yes.
father,
Father. Father. Okay, father. Very good. All right. Then in terms of number, give me all the singular nouns. From the first sentence, singular, story,
Story.
singular. Huh? Then stepmother, stepsisters. Which one is singular?
Stepmother.
Stepmother. Yes. Anything else?
Cat.
Cat. Very good. Father. Okay, very nice. So what we're going to do now, noun gender, very good. You did it, very nice. Okay, we did not ask for the common gender and neuter gender. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, what were the common genders? Let me go back to the passage. Yes, what are the common genders you see here? Common, huh? It could be anybody.
Cat.
It could be a man or a lady. Yes.
Cat.
Man.
Cat could be masculine or feminine. Okay. Which other word? Yes. Any other word that can be both? No. Either of them? No. Okay. What about neuter gender? What about neuter gender? All non-living things. Neuter gender. Come on.
Bouquets.
What? Start from the
Bouquets.
first sentence. From the first sentence.
Story.
Neuter gender. Very good. Then charm, beauty.
Charm and beauty.
Charm, beauty. Neuter gender. Heap. Neuter gender. Chores. Yes. Neuter gender. Bouquets. Very good. Okay. Neuter gender. Okay. So very clearly you all know this now. Yeah, see, here common gender cat, but then other examples are teacher, doctor, actor. Now no longer we say actress. This word has become redundant. We no longer say actress, we say actor only. Okay, if you see now most of the news reading, if you read, they say actor so and so, even if it's a girl. So we don't say actress anymore. Okay, so you see here also, very good, well done. Okay, and
So that means actor would be considered as neuter.
Neuter gender, very much. Okay, even inspector is no longer inspectress. Inspector, it's a title. Okay, so when the word inspector comes, don't expect the inspector is male and inspectress would be female. No, feminine. No. Okay, inspectress now, that is why we need to be updated with the language and research that goes on. Okay, so now there's nothing like this. There's no poetess. You remember earlier we had this poet and poetess, no? Now no more. Poet, it's a title. So if the word poet comes, then what gender? What is a gender?
Common.
Common gender. Common gender. Remember this. It is common gender.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
if we could be, made aware of some more examples of neuter gender. Like, as you said, we need to get ourselves,
Yes.
more aware of which are the changes which are
Yes.
taking place in English.
Yes. Ma'am, it is there online. Let me tell you this. This is also now, see, we have done this research and we're finding out, we're trying to keep updated. We tell our students also, our B.Ed students, we keep telling them, see, there's redundant language. There are certain things which are not acceptable anymore. Okay. So you, ma'am, you'll have to go, and this is interesting reading as English teachers also know, very interesting. We need to keep updated about this. Okay. So you please do refer to that.
Yes,
See, now,
yes, thank you, Geeta ma'am. Thank you
yes.
very much.
You know why,
Being your student at Essex, I was your first batch with Dr. Elaine Charles.
oh
I met you
dear
Sunday,
me. What's her name?
1996-97, Queenie D'Souza.
Okay. No, but I joined in 92.
Yeah, but we were the first batch of Elaine Charles.
Okay,
So
okay.
we met you this Sunday for Teachers' Day.
Oh, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Very much so, very much so. Yes, yes. Okay.
I'm happy.
So, yeah. Okay. Yes. So thank you so much. And may I tell you all these things, you know, all the redundant language, etc. No, earlier, you know, when as in 92 and all, when I joined, they were all okay. And we used to teach also inspector, inspectress, poet, poetess, actor, actress. Even now, if you refer to the old edition of Wren and Martin, you will get all those words. But now things have changed. Okay. So be very careful about that. That little bit we'll have to be careful. Okay. Fine. The two types of noun numbers, singular, plural. Okay. So if you see singular, story, stepmother, father, heap, cat, singular. Plural, stepsisters, chores, bouquets, plural. Fine. So we know this now. Forming plurals, how do we form plurals? By adding an S or an ES, like mangoes, MANGOES, or IES. When a story becomes stories, then IES. With the Y goes and the IES is formed. And VES, when the F goes, you get the VES. Shelf, shelves. Okay, fine. Also, there are irregular plural forms. This is important. Irregular plural forms. We don't say oxes, oxen. Child is children. Sheep, sheep. Men, no men's. Men, man, men. Okay. Fish, not fishes. Plural of fish is fish. They say, no, we saw so many fishes. There was so many fishes in the market. Wrong. Okay, a lot of fish in the market. Okay, so plural of fish, fish. Check that. Okay, feet, foot, feet. Mouse, mice. Deer, deer. Alumni. What's the singular of alumni?
Alumnus.
Alumnus. Okay, or alumna. Alumna or alumnus is a singular. Alumni, plural. Okay. Lot
While
of things.
teaching this, we also teach for fruit and fruits. Where different type of fruits come, even that is confusing.
Yes. See, let me tell you, there are so many things in grammar. I think we always need to know this, no? So many things, so many possibilities. Other types of nouns are countable nouns. Now, why we need to do this, you know, because I'm going on to adjective. What are the countable nouns and what are the uncountable nouns? In one type of adjective, there are two types of adjectives which children always, or we also get confused with. Okay. Other types of nouns are countable. Can say as 1 pen, 2 pen, 3 pens, 2 pens, 3 pens, 1 book, 2 books, 1 river, 2 rivers. Uncountable would be money, because we don't say 1 money, 2 money. Always put a number before that to check whether it is countable or uncountable. We say money, water, uncountable. Heat, uncountable. But if I say I drank 2 glasses of water, then which one is countable?
Glass.
Glass is countable, but not water. But not water. 2 cups of tea.
Ma'am,
Yes.
you use the concept of more and less for money, water.
Yes. Yes, we can.
More
Yes.
and less.
Yes. But that's what we have to be very careful. When we say 2 cups of tea, cups are countable, but not tea. Tea is not, I drank tea. No, that tea is not countable. It's uncountable. You don't say 1 tea, 2 teas, 3 teas. No. Okay. More tea, less tea, that you say. So that is uncountable. Possessive noun. Did I ask you about Cinderella's father? I said, okay. This is my sister's book. Sister is a noun. It's a noun, but you're saying sister's book. So it's a possessive noun. Adjectival noun. Did we know this? Adjectival noun. When we say this is Mr. Dictionary. Mr. These are, you know, titles. Mr. Ms. Mrs. Okay, doctor. These are all adjectival nouns that telling you about the noun, but it's a noun only. Please understand this. You don't say Dikshit separate and Mr. separate. You say Mr. Dikshit is a noun. But yes? Somebody asked a question. Yes, please. I can't hear your question. Sana ma'am. Sana ma'am, please mute yourself. Okay. This is okay. So is this clear, friends? Mr. Dikshit. Okay, Mr. Dikshit is a complete noun, but the word Mr., if it is highlighted, it's an adjectival noun. A noun only, but which behaves like an adjective. But it's a noun. Is this clear, friends? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, so many things we have to know about grammar. Okay. Now we move to verbs. So you'll know what all you need to learn about verbs. Nouns, we saw the different types. Now verbs we will see. Okay. Quickly, I'll finish with parts of speech. Okay. What are verbs? We all know. Action words.
Action words.
Action words. Okay. Or a state. Yes. Or a state of being. Or a state of being. I'll give you an example here. He reads many books. And the next one is India is my country. So which is the action word in the first one? Reads. It's a verb. Second one, where is the action word?
Is
No action verb.
But is not an action
action
word.
word, but
It is a
It's not an
state of
action word.
being. It's a state of being.
It's a state.
So a verb is not just an action word, but also a word that suggests the state of being of an individual or of an entity. Okay. So is a verb. Okay. Is also a verb. Okay. So it's a sentence. A word read depicts an action. Is depicts a state of being. So both the words are verbs. Okay. Types of verbs. We need to know the types of verbs. What are they? Transitive and intransitive. Okay. So you must be wondering what's the difference. Let's read this carefully. He rode the cycle. He, which is a verb which looks like a verb, is rode. Okay, to ride. All right, rode. He rode what? Rode what?
Right.
The cycle. The cycle.
The cycle.
Right? Correct. So
As an object.
So there is an object here. He rode what? When you are asking the question what, the answer comes as the cycle. Okay. But if you see intransitive, look at intransitive. He rode slowly.
Yeah.
Is there a word? Can you you ask the question what? Simple thing is ask the question.
There is no
what
object.
after the verb. There is no.
No.
Object. He rode what? He rode what? There is no object. But there is a way he rode slowly. So this is intransitive because there is no transmitting or transmittance of the action from the subject to the object. There is no transmission. But here, from the object, from the subject to the object, he rode what? The cycle. Let's look at the next one. The lady wrote a letter. The lady wrote what? A letter. Okay, so it is transitive because it's answering the question what? Next one. The lady wrote quietly. It is not answer. There's no answer coming. There's no object coming as the answer. So it is intransitive. Is this much understood? Friends?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So action is passed to a noun and here action is not passed to a noun. Okay. Different types of verbs. Now let's see. Finite and infinite. Did you know this? There are different types of verbs. Okay. Finite and infinite. He brings eggs. They bring eggs. He brought eggs. What do you see here? The word to bring changes itself. Yes, it changes. When it is he, it becomes brings. When it is they, plural, it becomes bring. We don't say they brings eggs. They bring eggs. Correct? And next one, he brought eggs. He bought eggs. So what will be for buy? Okay, brings, bring, brought. So these verbs change according to the context. Okay, look at the next. He likes to eat eggs. You have to concentrate on the. You have to concentrate on the highlighted words. Huh? because likes is finite. Okay, likes is finite because he likes and they like. This is belonging to this category, the finite category. Okay, but look here, to eat eggs, and here also to eat. Has it changed? Has the verb changed here?
No, ma'am.
No, it has not
No,
changed.
ma'am, it has
Okay?
not.
No.
It has not changed. So when it doesn't change, it is called the non-finite. Okay, you can use it anywhere. All right, it will not change itself. Okay, these change themselves. Okay, so suppose if I say, he loves to read books. He loves to read books. So which is a finite verb and which is a non-finite verb?
Loves.
Loves is a
Loves. Finite.
Loves.
Finite.
To read
and to
is
read,
non-finite.
very true, very correct.
Non-finite.
To read is not.
Yes. Then in verbs, what else you need to know is the tenses. You need to know the tenses properly when you're talking about verbs. One is the types, that is transitive, intransitive, finite, infinite, non-finite. And in this, what you have to know? The verb tenses. Okay, present, past, future. In present, if you see how many are there, what are the different types in present tense? Simple present, progressive, present progressive, present perfect, perfect, present perfect, progressive. So in each one, there are 4. So in all, how many tenses? In all, how many tenses?
12.
12.
12?
12.
Okay, there are 12. All right. So you see here, she sings, she is singing, she has sung, she has been singing. Okay, so here we go on to how the verb changes. Okay, progressive you have to show is because it is present progressive. Has, have, has, had will be the present. Okay, correct. Present perfect. Have or has is used for the perfect tense. Perfect progressive. When it is perfect, so have or has will come. Since it is progressive, I have to put it as ing, singing. But then you cannot say she has singing. So you have to put the verb participle been. She has been singing. Actually, there is an entire video on verbs, only on adjectives, only on adverbs. There are separate videos also. So you could access them even for your own general knowledge or for even your teaching. Lot of examples are there. Okay, so you could go through that. Then the past tense, she sang, she was singing, she had sung, she had been singing. Okay, if you see here, becomes sang, was because
She
past tense. She had sung and she had been singing. Had. Okay, it's clear. Future, she will sing. She will be singing because ing when we put, you cannot say she will singing. She will be. She will have because it is perfect. So will definitely because it's future. Have sung and perfect progressive. She will have been singing. Now, why are we doing this? There could be one question for you to you asked there in the papers where they're asking you to identify past progressive form of this verb. They don't ask many questions on tenses or many questions, but they'll ask you 1 or 2 which will actually catch you off guard. Okay, so you have to know this table. If you keep in mind this table, no, you'll be able to know very well what is what. Okay. Actually, grammar is so vast. No, you can't really finish it. You can't do so much. Okay? It's really vast. We do a complete course on it. We do a 10-day, 12-day course on it. Okay, which is quite vast. Okay, we go on to adjective. All right, what is an adjective? It's a huge fort. It is beautiful. Yes, which are the adjectives here?
Huge, beautiful.
Huge, beautiful.
Huge and beautiful.
After beautiful, there is no noun. So how is beautiful an adjective? What is it describing?
It is describing a neuter gender.
Neuter gender, it is describing a pronoun. Beautiful is describing a pronoun it. Can you see this? So an adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. Understand this, okay? An adjective qualifies a noun or a pronoun. Here it is qualifying a noun and here it is qualifying this pronoun, okay? What are the types? What are different types of adjectives that we know? Okay, let me give you some sentences. The brave soldier defeated the king. It was a wonderful film. So adjective of, yes, you're right. Please tell me.
Quality.
Quality, because it answers the question, what kind of?
Quality.
Going to tell you about quality. There was some water in the pot. We had enough rain last night. Some water.
Quantity.
Enough rain. Quantity? Okay. Fine. Quantity. Why?
Quantity.
Why is it quantity? Why is it quantity?
Is speaking of
Is it speaking about the amount or the number?
Yeah.
speaking about the quantity, not
Amount.
the number.
Yes, not the number.
Amount.
It's talking about the amount. How much water? Okay, there was some water. How much? We had enough rain. How much rain? Okay, fine. So this is quantity. Next one. Let's see here. Same words I've used, huh? Same words. Now see this difference. There were some pencils in the box. We had enough books in the bag.
Indefinite number.
Indefinite.
Indefinite. Why? No, 1 minute. Indefinite. First, give me adjective of quantity. You'll finish, no? So this would be main heading. Adjective of number.
Numbers.
Numbers.
Number. This is adjective of number. Why is it adjective of number? Because pencils are countable nouns. There it was water and rain. Pencils is countable. You say 1 pencil, 2 pencils, 3 pencils, you can say. Books are countable. So whenever there is a word behind it, which is talking about some amount or number, then you have to check if it is countable, then these are adjectives of number. If it is saying, I had some water, we had enough rain, you don't say 1 water, 2 waters, they're uncountable. Rain, you don't say 1 rain, 2 rains. Okay, so those are, when you use some and enough with water and rain, then that is quantity. Because you say how much. Here you say there were some pencils. How many pencils? You don't say how much pencils. How many pencils? So adjective of number. Numeral adjective. In that you have definite and indefinite, correct? Indefinite, definite, distributive. Suppose if I were to say there were some pencils, is it, you know the definite number of pencils in this? Do you know the definite number when in this sentence?
No, ma'am.
So this, in which category would it come?
No, ma'am.
It would come under indefinite because we do not know. We are not
Indefinite.
definite.
Indefinite.
But if I said there were 5 pencils in the box,
Is definite.
definite. Definite. Okay. Each child got a pencil. Each child got a pencil, which means you distribute. Okay, distribute. All right, right. Okay, now see this. I ate few biscuits. I ate 3 biscuits. I ate every biscuit. Okay, so these are the examples for that. Every biscuit. So it is distributed. Yes, some question? Somebody got logged off 1 minute. Just like me. Okay. Okay, next one. Whose painting is this? Which book is yours? Because you know, these are all asking questions. So, interrogative.
Interrogative.
Okay, interrogative adjectives. Okay, now look at this. I'm going to ask you one thing. Whose painting is this? What is the word that is coming immediately after which word? Whose? It's what part of speech is painting?
Painting.
Part of speech. What part of speech is painting and book?
It's a verb. Noun.
Noun.
Painting is a verb.
No, it's not saying I am painting. Whose painting is this? A picture. Whose painting?
It's
Correct?
a common noun.
It's a noun. Okay. So if you see here, these adjectives are
noun.
followed by nouns. Okay. Now, my dear teachers, please pay attention, and I want your complete attention to this. I'm coming to a very big difference. Whose is this painting? Is the meaning same? Whose is this painting? Meaning is same. Yes or no? Whose
Then it
painting
becomes
is this? And whose is this painting? Meaning is the same.
Yes, ma'am.
But when I say whose is this painting, the word painting is not coming after the word whose. Therefore, it is not interrogative adjective. It becomes interrogative pronoun. Have you understood this? It becomes interrogative pronoun because there is
Yes,
no
ma'am.
noun following it. When you say, whose is this painting? Which is your book? Which is your book? So when then it becomes interrogative pronoun because the book is not following it. Okay. So now, hence for whatever we are doing, no, there has to be a noun after it to call it for it to qualify as an adjective. Okay. So this is interrogative adjective. Now look at the next one. I bought these.
Since you are a host, ma'am, since you are a host, if you can right click and mute everyone.
Demonstrative.
You know what? Now hardly any time is left. So now let it.
Demonstrative.
We'll tolerate. We'll accept. Is that okay? Bear with us. Yeah, because then I'll have to go back to my settings and that will take time. Okay. Is that okay, friends? We'll manage with everyone. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Come.
Continue. I
Yes.
can't help it because I have no option to unmute.
Actually, even I.
So,
But if I
you
mute
continue,
everyone, if I mute everyone, no, then they won't be able to answer. And I want them to answer.
Yeah, then you will have to ask.
Yes, again
permission,
unmute
yeah,
and
no
this
problem.
and that.
That's
A lot of things.
Yes, yes.
Huh?
No
So I
problem.
would request everyone, from your end, you all mute yourself so that y'all are y'all don't disturb everyone. Okay. I bought these pencils. That picture is painted well. I bought these pencils. So the word these isn't
Demonstrative.
followed. Yeah. Why demonstrative adjective and not demonstrative pronoun?
Because they point out
Because
the
there is a
pen.
noun.
They point out,
following,
yes.
Sure.
But
There
suppose
is a
if I
noun
say there is
following.
a noun following it. If I say these are the pencils I bought, these are the pencils I bought. Suppose the same sentence I change. But after these comes the word are. Okay, so the word pencils is not there. So then it becomes demonstrative pronoun. When the word pencils is immediately after the word these, then it is demonstrative adjective. Please be very sure about this because you may get confused in the exam. Okay, be very sure about this. That picture is painted well. See here, the word picture is after the word that. So these are all demonstrative adjectives. Now, please bring my book here. Somebody stole his wallet. Yes.
Becomes possessive.
Possessive adjective.
Adjectives.
Okay, one more sentence. This book is his. Again, his. So,
Possessive pronoun.
why now? Why?
There is a pronoun.
That I know, but his also, here also there is this word his, no? So his is a pronoun.
Noun is not following.
There is no noun
Ah,
following it. No?
absolutely. So be very careful, very, very sure about this. Okay. Children also in school get confused about this. Okay. Because his word can become an adjective, possessive adjective, as well as a possessive pronoun. Okay. So if there is a noun following it, then it becomes a possessive adjective. If there is no noun following it, it is possessive pronoun. Okay. So this is it. All right. Okay. Exceptional types, quickly I have to do. She ate an apple. Can you see here? This is an article that is used as an adjective. When you say an means one. Correct? Yes, friends. An means one, so it is an adjective
Yes.
as well as an article. Okay, this is the book, means a specific book, the. Okay, so this is also an article, but it is used as an adjective. If they ask you what part of speech, they may give you an option of adjective and not article. So you must immediately put adjective. Okay, remember this. Nouns as adjective.
Ma'am, what would this type of adjective be called? Exceptional type of adjective. What would be the title be called as?
No
What would
specific
be
title.
termed as?
No.
Articles as adjectives?
No, there are articles as adjectives, yes. Now, why are we doing this? You know, they may give you a sentence, like for example, she bought a book. She bought a book. Then they'll underline a, and give you options. In that option, in those options, the word article will not be there. Noun, adjective, pronoun, verb. If article word was given, you would have immediately taken article. Now you're confused. Is it a noun? Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? Is it a pronoun? So that time don't get confused, because a, an, and the, they serve as not only articles, but also adjectives. Is this clear? They've performed dual roles. Articles are performing dual roles here. Is this fine, friends?
Okay.
Huh? Clear?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. So
Yes,
she is a history teacher. Yeah. So nouns used as adjectives. These are not possessive nouns or see. She is a history teacher, an English teacher. They look like nouns, but they are definitely not nouns. And these are good questions to confuse you. Okay. This is a research department. Research by itself is a noun. But when you're using that word to describe something, a noun, then it is an adjective. Is this clear? So many things to learn, no, in grammar. And they can easily confuse.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
There are many new things we are
so
learning.
many small nuances, so many small things are there. Okay, so she is a history teacher. History otherwise is a noun, but in this context, it is an adjective. Fine. Research otherwise a noun. In this context, it is an adjective. Fine. So you have to be very clear. So now when you read your newspapers, because now you're going to do that, I'm sure. When you read newspapers, just look at what part of speech is it and all that. Okay, just check for that. Okay. Proper adjectives. I like Maharashtrian food. These are proper nouns, but proper adjectives. I like Maharashtrian food. So Maharashtrian is an adjective. That of course we know, I think, but they are called as proper adjective. Okay. The types may not be ours, but you should know whether Maharashtrian is people may get confused and write proper noun. Correct? Maharashtrian, you would write it as proper noun, but it is an adjective. This is the Indian border. India is a proper noun, but Indian border, Indian adjective. Clear? Have I frightened you?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope I'm not frightening you. I'm just showing you the possibilities, you know, certain things, how you can, there are things in grammar which can be used to confuse you. That could be used to confuse you. Okay. Now quickly I'll go through adverbs. Don't have time. Seema ran, Raji ran fast. Okay. Both ran, but Raji ran fast. If you see here, the word fast is telling you more about the verb ran. Otherwise, both are running. The word is telling you more about the verb ran. Okay. Look at the next one. So it modifies a verb. Okay. Next one. That's not all. Adverbs do a lot of things. This is a beautiful painting. This is a very beautiful painting. So very is telling you how beautiful it is. Without the word very, the two sentences are same. But the word very is highlighting the quality of beautiful. So it modifies even an adjective. Adverbs modify adjectives also. Okay. And here, Seema ran fast. See now, you're saying, okay, fast is an adverb, but look at this. Raji ran exceedingly fast. Exceedingly fast. So what do you see here? Exceedingly, my gosh, there is an adverb, there is another adverb, which is describing this adverb. Okay, so it modifies another adverb. These are the roles of an adverb. Okay, it modifies verbs, it modifies adjectives, it modifies another adverb. Okay. So this types of adverbs. These are the all the types. That how many types do you see here? How many types?
8.
8 types. Okay. Degree, adverb of time, place, manner, frequency, and then here degree, negation or confirmation, comment, conjunction. Okay. This is the entire gamut of adverb. All right. But we have separate videos on adjectives, adverbs, etc. So we will be doing it. But now I don't think I will have enough time. Should I do it? Irrespective? Cinderella, ma'am? This complete
Yes, ma'am.
adverbs. I
10,
will not
15
do the
minutes. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I will.
Definitely.
I hope the participants don't mind. I'll just complete adverbs. The rest, of course, you can then visit the channel and learn for yourself. Okay. There we have explained everything. Now, types of adverbs. I looked upstairs for the book. Air is everywhere. So what do you see here? I looked where? Upstairs. Air is where? Everywhere. So this is
Upstairs.
okay. Where? All right.
Everywhere.
Yes. Okay. This is telling you about the place, answering the question where. Yesterday I went to a house. Give me the book now. So it is telling you about the place, or is it telling you something else?
Time.
Place,
Time.
Very good.
time.
Yeah, time. It's answering the question when. Okay, let's see the next one. Our soldiers fought bravely. So neatly she writes.
Manner.
Bravely, manner. Okay,
Manner.
how? Answering the question, how?
Man.
Yes. She always does her work. I read books sometimes.
Frequency.
Always. Sometimes.
Frequency.
Yes.
Frequency.
Yes. How often? It answers
Frequency.
the question, how often? Okay. How often does she do her work? How often does she read? Do I read? Next one. Types of adverbs again. It was extremely cold yesterday. Rajesh was very upset with his son. Not just upset, very upset. It was extremely cold. This is not frequency. This is telling you, it's not telling you how. It's telling you how much. It's adverb of
Degree.
yes.
Degree.
How much. Okay, how much cold it was. How much upset he was. Okay? I will certainly do it. He never does his work. Yes. I will certainly do it. He never does his work.
Consistency.
Consistency,
Certainty.
surety, certainty, confirmation, or negation. He never does it. I will certainly do it. Okay, surely I will do it. Okay, so affirmation or confirmation and or negation. Certainly, surely I will. He never does negation. Okay, this is about doing a task. Next one. Obviously, he stole the car. He foolishly opened his mouth. 1 minute. Huh? Can we remove these words and it will still make sense? He stole the car. He opened his mouth. Would it still make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It will make sense. It will make sense. So here what? You're using it for what actually? You're commenting on something, right? It's your comment.
To emphasize.
Obviously, yeah. And no, it is, yes, to emphasize, and it is your personal feeling. Obviously, he stole the car. Obviously, yeah, come on. Koi bhi bolega. Obviously. He foolishly opened his mouth. He opened his mouth was okay. He foolishly, it's your comment that you're giving. Somebody else may say he wisely opened his mouth. The same thing. Okay. So this is comment. These are words that are used as their adverbs, but you're commenting on the action. Okay, without these words also it would make sense, but you are putting your personal comment in that. Okay, it's about an event. The last one, you need to work hard, otherwise you will fail. I wanted to eat the mango, however, I had no time.
You will fail.
You will fail, yes.
I have
Yes, what is it telling you? These are all conjunctions. They're used as conjunctions, but they're joining two sentences. You need to work hard, you will fail. Otherwise, it is an adverb only, else, condition. It's showing you condition. Okay, but it is used as a conjunction. All right, you need to work hard, else you will fail. Otherwise, you will fail. These are conjunctions only, but actually their role is conjunction plus adverb. Okay, they are used as adverbs. I wanted to eat the mango, however, I had no time. Okay, so this is an adverb of conjunction. It's a new thing which probably you would have learned now. Okay, fine. Well, you'll have to go through. This is just an exam, just a test. Okay, if you could just tell me, once a crow named Coco was very thirsty. He looked for water everywhere. See the highlighted words, you have to tell now all the red words. Let us look at all the red words. Okay, once, very, everywhere, very hot, suddenly, surely, happily, however,
be sure.
way below. What are these words? Which part of speech? Adverb.
Some are adverbs.
All are. Nee, the
Adverbs,
red
adverbs.
ones. The red ones. The
Okay.
red highlighted. They are
Adverbs.
adverbs.
The red
Okay,
ones are
let's look.
adverbs.
Yes, let's look at the green. Let's look at the green. Green, huh? Crow,
Nouns.
cock, yes. Water,
Noun.
Nouns. They are
nouns.
nouns.
Okay, okay. Let's look at the brown. Let's look at the brown. Named, was,
Verbs.
book,
Verbs.
asked to drink.
Verbs.
Okay, 1 minute. Huh? Look at this sentence. He flew happily to drink water. Tell me what type of verbs. Flew and to drink are verbs. So flew is which verb? Finite, infinite. Non-finite.
verb.
Finite.
Finite.
And to drink is non-finite.
Non-finite.
Finite.
That will not change. See, to drink, I want to drink. Okay, but want word will change. Flew will change itself depending on the subject. Okay, clear? So I think more or less you have understood these parts of speech. Okay, so I would have to end the session. All right, so I hope you have got some understanding of what are the things that you need to learn in English. Okay, the rest is your hard work and your responsibility. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before we wind up, if there are any questions, should we take
Yes.
in 5
Yes,
minutes?
yes,
Yeah.
sure.
So participants, if you want to ask anything to ma'am, please quickly unmute and you can put your questions ahead.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, 1 minute. I'll just in this.
Yes, ma'am. This
Yes.
is adverb of conjunction is not in the grammar book.
It's
right?
not there. Yes.
Yeah, it's none of the grammar book have this. And first time I'm
No.
hearing this adverb of conjunction.
I'm telling you.
So,
You know,
yes.
we went through a lot of books and all that. You know, we prepared these things with a lot of research. Okay, so that is how. So it's nice to know because, you know, sometimes what happens during these exams, no, they will try to see how updated you are. No, especially when you're going to English, and they would want to see how updated
Yes,
you are.
yes, ma'am.
Therefore,
Yeah.
you know, so you need to know the recent things that are done. That's very important. As English teachers, otherwise also. Even now,
Okay,
let me
thank
tell
you.
you,
Thank you.
let me tell you the recent research that is going on is on you know, gender neutral language. Gender neutral language, which means we don't use he,
Yes.
she, you know, because now there's a lot of gender sensitivity going on. So therefore, why should we use only he, she, it? Why Mother Earth? Why not say just Earth? Why should Earth be a mother, a female gender? Okay, why do you always give a gender to something like that? Okay, so there's a new research that is going on. So I'm saying it's nice to be updated, and they will check that. No.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank
Please share your YouTube link.
Oh yes, it's called English Essentials Grammar. I'll just check. I didn't come prepared with for sharing that. Just a minute, I will give you that.
Can you send this in the group then later on?
I'll send it to. I'm not on that group. I'll send it to Cinderella.
Ma'am, you can forward it to me.
I'll send it to Cinderella, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely I'll do that, because now I'll have to go on that site and all, and I'm caught up here. So that's why I'll send it to Cinderella, ma'am, and then she can put it up. Okay. And that gives you an entire gamut of grammar, object,
Excuse
of
me,
the
ma'am.
verb, complement, everything. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can hear you.
Excuse me, Geeta ma'am. Now, if we need to get ourselves updated with, the new upgraded
Developments.
things in grammar, which have been, like included and which are being improvised, how do we go about, like checking on the internet, or like where to check on the internet? Like also,
See,
if we
even
have
on
to
the
check it
internet,
out.
no, even on the internet, there are some sites which are not correct. Okay, so they give you information which is not right also. So you will have to really, at least 2-3 references you'll have to do and see whether the same thing is said by most of the sites. Okay. However, don't take it, don't get worried about this. This you ought to know as English teachers in any case. Okay, teachers of English. But for the exam, have the basic understanding of all the concepts in grammar. Okay, all the concepts. Now see, this I gave you 8 types of adverbs. Now this conjunction thing was new. Okay, then there are other things also which you have learned. Say you said, now we came to know, even in figures of speech. Now I did not do figures of speech. In figures of speech also, there are so many things that are confusing. They're really confusing. But we have to have thorough understanding. The examples, etc., have to be very, very clear. Okay, so you do 2-3 references and see whether they're saying the same thing. Okay, do not refer to any outdated, like for example, Wren and Martin. If it is an upgraded one, then it is fine. Okay, but if it is not, then I'm sorry to say you'd be learning the old things.
Ma'am, now when you shared with us even about articles used as adjectives, article adjectives, it was like something like, that we were not aware of. So like,
that is what
made us aware of.
Yes, actually, what to do now? I have only 2 hours.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, just 1 second, ma'am. Please excuse me. When it comes to figures of speech, it can be repetition. Just for example, it can be repetition or it can be inversion. Now, what I need to tick mark is what it is out and out, right?
Yes.
If it is inversion first, I need to tick mark on inversion and not repetition. Correct. No?
Now, for example,
the two answers are both are correct.
I'll give you an example.
Yes.
Far, far the land lies. Far, far the land lies. Okay. Now here, what do you see? Repetition of the word far
lies. Yes.
and lies. The land lies. Okay. Then far, far, the land lies far, far. The right survey is, that is inversion as well as repetition. Now, in the options, they will not give you 2 correct ones.
Okay.
They will give you inversion and some other ones, say simile, metaphor, whatever. They will not give you two actually correct ones. They will not give, unless they have framed the options that way. That is, which of the 2 are the right ones.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
say A and B, like that. They'll give you options. Yeah. So they will not give you 2 correct ones. Anyone they will give you, and just see that you are, alert.
Of idea on.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, a little bit of idea about these clauses, noun clause, adjective clause.
Okay.
To pick out those are a little bit difficult.
I know. It is difficult. What do I do? Okay, I'll give you a sentence. Okay, I'll give you a sentence, and in that only, in 2 sentences, I'll explain to you what are phrases and clauses. Is that fine? Yeah? All are alert?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. For example, he came, he came, he came in the evening. He came in the evening. He came when the sun had set. Okay. He came in the evening, or he came at sunset. Let me make the 2 sentences ekdam similar. Okay. In meaning, he came at sunset. He came when the sun had set. Okay. Now, let's look at the first one. He came, both the sentences have common. At sunset. Now, you know subject and predicate. You know subject and predicate. For example, if I say I ate an ice cream, which is a subject there? What's the subject there?
I.
Predicates always begin with
I
verbs. Predicates always begin with verbs. Ate an apple. It's a predicate. Okay. Now, this much is clear. All right. Now, let's come to this sentence. He came at sunset. At sunset. Does it have proper subject predicate? The group of words at sunset. Does it have a subject and predicate? Can you see any verb there? At sunset. Do you see any
Ma'am,
verb?
he will be the subject.
I'm not
Came
asking
at
about
sunset.
he came. No, I'm not asking about he came. He came, fine. It's over. At sunset. Just look at the words at sunset. Only the group of words at sunset. Because phrases and clauses are groups of words, correct? Right? So at sunset is what? At sunset, does it have subject and predicate? Just the words at and sunset. Do you see subject and predicate in that?
No.
No.
Look at the other one. He came when the sun had set. There, when the sun had set, you have the subject the sun. Had set is a verb predicate. Clear? When the sun, there's a subject, and had set is the predicate. Correct? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Friends, are you all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So, at sunset does not have a proper subject predicate, hence it is a phrase. Hence it is a phrase. When the sun had set has a subject and a predicate, hence it is a clause. A clause is a group of words that contains a proper subject and a predicate. Fine. Now my question to you is, every sentence is a clause, true or false? Every sentence is a clause. True, because every sentence will have subject and predicate. Every sentence will have subject and predicate, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. But every clause is a sentence, true or false?
False.
Every clause will be a part of a sentence.
But it will not be a complete sentence. Okay, that is true. Okay.
Yes.
See, you need to know subject predicate in order to identify phrases and clauses. Clause is a perfect group of words which will have subject and predicate. It's a clause. And clauses would be either main clause which can stand on its own, or a subordinate clause which is subordinate cannot stand on its own. It is dependent on the earlier one. A dependent clause. Okay. Fine. I'm sure I'll send the link of that channel so you can go through. Everything is there properly explained with proper sentences and examples. Okay, you can go through that, rerun, and you can make yourself sure about it. Okay, fine. I'll send that link. You'll understand. Okay.
Thank you, participants.
Yes.
I posted the link of your YouTube channel already in the book.
You posted? You got it?
Yeah, they got
Oh,
it.
very good.
Yes,
Yours and
ma'am.
Shadab ma'am.
That is
Yes. Yeah,
English
ma'am.
Essentials. Yes, me and Dr. Shadab.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
So thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Excuse me, ma'am. I just wanted to know the video that you shared on screen, the one which you were teaching. Will that
Yes.
video be available to us?
Yes, that is also there on the channel only. Because that video doesn't get
The
shared.
same
It's made
channel?
on a software. Yes, it is made on a software which can be sent to somebody only as a PDF. I could send a PDF of that, but that channel will have even this. This I have explained, my own
Okay.
words are there, my own voice is there on. Okay, we have tried to make it simple,
Okay.
and
Thank
my
you.
dear friends, we have given you examples even for figures of speech from literature also there are examples. Okay, so a lot of work has been done, so we could go through that. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I wanted to ask
Yes, ma'am, I
my
can hear.
last question. If there are changes in writing, if there are changes in writing skills, yeah, I need to say, like, how would we, be updated with regard to that? Like in critical appreciation, now of late, the favorite line is not included. That we got to know from our moderators.
Yes.
So, like, if there are more changes, like in writing skills, how would we,
Ma'am,
the guidance?
actually, yes, the writing skills part would not be much in this, in these tests. They usually do not ask those kind of changes. Yes, that not anymore, because see, these are all, things that are decided by, certain moderators. Sometimes see favorite line and all, when you're critically appreciating, earlier it was there and now it is not there. This is, just some kind of an arrangement that is made, but it is not researched, and it's not a published change. Okay, see, something that is published, and where it is accepted by it's a standard that is accepted all over. That is what would be required now, okay, for the exam, and rather than these arrangements that are made. Okay, so we have to check whether these are standardized arrangements. That you have to check. But you'll get that online only, either by referring to books or online you have. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Dr. Serena Dikuna is also there. Ma'am Serena, if you would like to say something, and then we'll give formal vote of thanks to ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. It was an amazing session. So,
nice.
And I am sure our students and all the participants have enjoyed and have got great inputs from your session. Thanks a lot for the wonderful session. Thank
you. All the best to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable time and such an informative session. I'm sure you have seen in the chat box the comments put by our participants. They are very delighted. And you gave good overview of the entire grammar, and we also learned so many things from you. Thank you so much for that and sharing everything so selflessly. So we are grateful to you for that. Now I request our student in charge to give formal vote of thanks to ma'am.
On behalf of St.Teresa's Institute of Education, I would like to thank our resource person of the day, Dr. Geeta Shetty, for her excellent presentation and making the seminar interactive and meaningful. Ma'am, your deep insight and guidance into various topics like articles, antonyms, synonyms, phrases, reading comprehension, and grammar will help us during our TET preparation. I would also like to thank Dr. Cinderella DeMello for organizing this 5-day state-level online workshop and for inviting an exceptionally talented resource person like Dr. Geeta Shetty. I would also like to thank Dr. Serena Dikuna for taking time out and gracing this session with her presence. I would like to express a profound gratitude to our principal, Dr. Sister Tanuja Wagmare, for her constant support and guidance throughout this workshop. Last but not the very least, to all our participants who have turned up in such large numbers, I thank you for your active participation, cooperation, and patience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Felicita. And thank you, dear participants. Now, one more announcement, important one. Tomorrow's session also will be on Zoom, and link for the same will be shared on WhatsApp group. Okay, so please stay connected, stay safe. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am Geeta. Ma'am, please send us the recording. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Whenever possible.
No,
please,
I'll share.
we would like to upload it on our YouTube channel.
But
Okay? Thank you so much.
Please remind me also. Even if you remind me.
Yes, ma'am. I know you're too busy. That's
I don't mind.
Okay, that's okay. In a day or 2 times,
yes,
you can.
Sure.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much once again for everything. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, participants, we'll end the session.